So my name's Andy Wysick. I'm the conservation biologist with Tyonek Tribal Conservation District, and I'm here to talk about pike. Yeah, so in areas where pike are native, there's a couple different feedbacks. So there's other fish that may prey on pike, and there's other fish that are adapted to being around pike that generally have a sense of escaping from pike. In Alaska, where pike have become invasive, they don't have that natural control, and the species have not co-evolved with them.
The main reason northern pike have become an issue here in south central Alaska is that we have an abundance of good pike habitat that overlaps with important anadromous fish habitat, including habitats that have historically supported rearing juvenile salmon. Where northern pike are native in Alaska, salmon were likely wiped out from the most ideal pike habitats following the last ice age. Salmon in pike's native range do still exist, however, in systems where habitat segregation allows juvenile salmon to mature and outmigrate, mostly free from pike predation pressures. Salmon populations in south central Alaska have evolved in the absence of a large apex predator population until the recent pike introductions. In many of these impacted areas, not only have pike become the dominant species, but they've become the only species as they have wiped out native fish.
With most predators, say the lynx and the hare, as hare populations go down, lynx populations go down because lynx rely on the hare for most of their food. Pike are able to eat a preferred food, and when they run out of that food, switch to the next food. And what'll happen in systems where there's only pike is you'll have lots of stunted small little pike, and they're essentially only eating insects that are left and other pike. No, it's, that's a common misconception based on other predators. Wolves, for instance, will typically pick off sick animals out of a herd of caribou, say, but pike tend to gather up and eat the most soft-finned fishes they can. And with their hunting style, they essentially sit and lie in wait until something passes in front of them. They shoot out and they grab it. And so healthy fish and sick fish alike all get eaten by pike. So pike tend to spread. They don't have single directional movements the way a salmon would, where they'll go out to the ocean and come back to a specific spot. But if an area like I was talking about with the stunting, if there's a lot of pike, there's not a lot of food, those pike are just going to start venturing out into the river. They might make it someplace and they might not, but their typical life behavior is to populate, fill up an area, eat it out, and spread. I would say, how much do you like fishing salmon? How much do you like fishing trout? All of those other things, because if pike get involved in all these drainages, that's what we're going to have is pike.
When I think about salmon and pike, the main comparison I make is that people's livelihoods and culture in Alaska depend on salmon fishing, and pike are just not a viable secondary option, nutritionally, economically, or culturally, to replace salmon.
There's lots of places to fish pike. They, as I mentioned before, they're a circumpolar species, and even in Alaska, you don't have to go very far to find areas where they're native.